If you died, I don't know that I would. I don't know if I could show the footage. That seems like intense.
Well, like just cut before.
Oh, right before anything. That's what.
Yeah,
That's
if
what
I
Paranormal
saw
Activity
fucking
does. Yeah.
lifting and speaking Sumerian, you're allowed to show it.
You know that Vecna has you at that point.
Do you like scary movies? You're still afraid.
There's a limit to how much I can take.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Welcome to the Real Fear Podcast. My name is Justin.
I'm Kordell.
How are you today, Kordell?
Stressed.
How you been? Oh, are you stressed more about the lights and all our equipment not working, or the movie we're about to watch?
Both. I think that they're connected, actually.
It might be, honestly. I mean, Paranormal Activity 3 is notoriously the most haunted movie.
What?
No, I made that shit
Okay.
up. No, that's something else. It's like, one of the bits. Justin lies on the podcast. Justin makes stuff up on the podcast.
Justin scares Kordell on purpose.
One of my favorite things to do. But no, let's see. We haven't done it in a while. Well, we have done it in a while, but
It'll be in the
they
future.
haven't seen us in a while.
It'll
be in the future. So we recorded a future episode.
The podcast of futures past.
Yeah. We went ahead and recorded. We watched Scream.
Yes.
We watched Scream for our special October episode.
That you'll see later.
Yeah, in October.
But we did it before.
But we did it before now. So when you see that episode and we're saying that we're recording it earlier, but you'll see it later, that's what we were talking about.
It's a time jump.
Yeah.
You got to be ready.
It's like time travel. So we went ahead and did that because it's a special. That episode actually ended up being very long. It was like over 2 hours long.
Yeah, we were here a long time.
That's because I have a lot to say about Scream.
Well, and I had some hot takes, I think.
Yeah, you did. No, we had a whole ass debate.
Yeah,
so
we
that'll be
pitched
fun.
Other ideas and everything.
Yeah, we got sequel ideas. We got ideas for just a little teaser for the fans out there. We got ideas for my wedding. What else?
Yeah, this is gonna be so great.
Future ideas for specials on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good time.
Yeah, y'all like that one. You're welcome already.
Before we get into today's movie, I want to bitch and moan about Supernatural.
Okay, yes. I haven't seen...
Because I told you before we started rolling that I had finished the series finale.
Yes.
I
had heard that season 15 is supposed to be like super good and like is great and ties everything together. Is that true?
Season 15 is very good.
Okay.
The finale is not. So everything, the penultimate episode, that's right. That's the episode before the finale, right? Is that what that means?
I think so.
It was really good, and it tied up everything well. They didn't need to do another episode. I mean, they probably kind of did to or they just needed an extra few minutes to tie everything, finish up the series. But instead, they did a whole episode that was not good, and it was poorly written, and
damn it.
And I was very disappointed in the 15 years. Because I had, as I think we've mentioned before, when Summer was on the podcast, I was catching up because I hadn't watched in a few years. So I was catching up, and then my mom and Summer were gonna catch up, and then our plan was to all watch the finale together. We did that finally after waiting months. I finished it. I finished everything but the finale months ago, and then I was just waiting until we could all get together. And so it was just a really big letdown when it wasn't great.
Damn it, Supernatural.
I don't want to talk about the scene that was the worst, or anything after that scene. The whole last 20 minutes of that show was not.
It's only like a 40-minute show.
I know it's half the show, but there was one joke. It wasn't even a joke. It was a line that I'll tell you because it's not really a spoiler. They're on a hunt and they have a monster tied up or whatever. As they do, right? So that's not really a spoiler. They have a monster tied up. And Dean's threatening him. He's like, "Oh, you're not getting out of here alive. Now you tell us what we want to know, or we can either do it the hard way or the easy way. I'll either use this," and he holds up a big machete, to cut the monster's head off,
sure.
Or we'll use that. Points to Sam, and he's got a little bitty knife. Which one would you think that the monster would want to choose?
Probably the little bitty knife.
Oh shit, you're wrong. Ah. Okay, no, because he's saying he's going to cut his head off, right? he's either going to cut his head off with the machete or with the little bitty knife.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Right, maybe I didn't
the
explain it
machete
right
would go-
because I think that it's very clear.
It'd be cleaner.
Yeah, it's faster, it's cleaner, it's less painful.
Yeah, you have to.
And I think in the show at least, maybe not the way I explained it, but in the show at least, it's very clear what he means and why you would want the bigger blade.
Right,
But instead the monster's like, haha, I'll take the little blade.
Right.
And they're like, Dean's like, no. This blade will be fast and quick. And that blade, that would take a long time and you would cut through. And he just goes on explaining it. And I'm like, the supernatural writers have no faith in their audience to be smart enough to know what they mean. Because the monster would have known. Anyone would have known what he meant and which one is the obvious choice. Oh, I would rather it be quick and painless than torturous,
Yeah.
But that's something that Supernatural has done for a long time is like, what's the word for it? It's pander. I know it's not pandering to, but it's like they just think we're really dumb. And they feel like they have to over-explain everything.
I want to say placate, but that's not quite right either, probably.
Maybe that's... What does placate mean? I'll look that up. I don't know what placate means.
I mean, they just like...
Does that mean like
they
play
do
along?
a lot of hand-holding and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's
Probably not.
make someone less angry or hostile? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That's not the word we were looking for. But I feel like it's a similar word that we don't know what it is.
It's a synonym.
It says, well, it's just something that sounds like that. It starts with a P. But it's like they just don't... They think we're so dumb or they're just really dumb. I don't know.
In my experience...
And it was just really sad.
Networks think that people are really dumb.
Yeah.
They think that like just the general populace is so stupid that you have to explain every little inch and nook and like no one can make a mental leap whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like it's not allowed.
Yeah. That's especially with the shows that we work on or the shows that I work on at my company where it's like lifestyle reality shows. They really do have to over-explain everything because they're like, oh, well, these are old people watching it and old people are stupid.
How did he get over there?
That's the things producers be saying.
We drove.
Yeah, right. We need to show him driving so we know how he got there. It's like no, he left his house and went to the place. I don't understand.
Like he went there. Like it's not that hard.
Yeah.
No, they don't trust us.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I felt like Supernatural. It's been a while since I watched the entirety of it, and so they probably did it more often than I think that they do as of right now. The season I'm stuck in is 14, and it's just a fucking slog. Like, I just can't.
It got really boring.
Yeah!
That's the problem. The writers either get really boring or they just over-explain things and dumb things down too much.
And they're notorious for also just writing themselves into a corner.
Yeah.
And then some dumb thing saves them every time. And it's like, okay, I guess. Or like they lost all the stakes real early on. Like it was before it was like because you didn't know about the monsters and everyone was like learning about the world and it got like more intense and like, oh my goodness, my dad, and then like, oh okay, this demon, and then you find out, okay, he wasn't shit. Yeah. And the next guy comes along, oh my goodness, this, and okay, he wasn't shit. And then you get God. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, well then what could you possibly, okay, the British. Wow.
Yeah, now it's the British. The British it goes Lucifer, God, and the British are up here above both of them. Yeah.
Like why? Why?
So the darkness, that was early on. So you know about the darkness,
right?
Being God's sister somehow.
Yeah. Okay, and then after that, it's just like, what's the point then? Like, what? I've even seen how many times Dean and Sam have come back over and over. Like,
right, that's when it comes that there are no stakes in that show because death doesn't mean anything.
Right,
death means you're either going to hell or heaven, and then you can come back later on.
Or it turns out they broke hell and heaven both, and you can't go anywhere.
Right now, you're just going to stay on Earth, or you're going to end up in purgatory. They ended up in, or in the empty. Did you ever?
But then get out of that. Yeah, I think so.
That's another thing that we didn't know existed until
later on. You can also just leave. Like it's
It's just like oh this angel brought me back. Oh, God brought me back. Oh. Yeah. And Castiel, I think, came back so many times that they didn't even bother explaining.
Yeah, Castiel.
They tried to keep it like, oh, it's a mystery, but it's like it's Chuck, you know?
Yeah.
It was God.
Yeah.
Which is boring.
Exactly. You know? Like it's just like, oh, he just decided to do it. Okay, cool. Like,
there are no consequences.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so hard for me to finish 14 and then get to 15 is because it's fine. Like everything's always fine. They're never in real danger. Like any fight ends the exact way I think it's gonna end.
Yeah, I will say that 15 is much better than 14.
That's good.
Until the last episode. But I also knew... So I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum, and he had Jensen Ackles on.
Oh, nice.
And I just thought... I didn't think about him giving supernatural spoilers on the podcast when I listened to it. So I listened to it before I watched the episode, and he told me how it ended on the podcast. Like offhand mentioned it, and I was just like, damn, I didn't mean to hear that. So anyway, if I had gone in not knowing that, I would have been even more angry at how it ended because I already knew it was going to be bad.
Okay, well that's good to know at least.
Yeah.
Did he like it?
He didn't have a problem with it.
Okay.
He was just like, this is how it ended, and we all cried during our last scenes, and he was just talking about the show ending, and he just mentioned it offhand.
Yeah.
I think they both, Jensen Ackles and Joey Padalecki, liked the ending fine. I don't think they've ever had a problem. Well, they've never publicly had a problem with the writing, which, how could they? They're the stars of the show. It would be kind of bad for them to speak out and shit talk the writers. Right?
I mean, it would be bad for them to do that, but I don't know. I've met some actors. It happens.
Yeah, maybe so.
People will do that.
I think, but they're still trying to work with those people. Speaking of which, Eric Kripke created Supernatural. He also created The Boys.
Fucking incredible.
Yeah.
The Boys is good.
Yeah, The Boys is so very good. And speaking of, so people they're trying to work with the same people. Jensen Ackles is on the show this season. He's just arrived in season 3 of The Boys. Soldier Boy. Yep. I don't think that was announced. That's not a spoiler for The Boys.
Yeah.
That was announced sometime last year.
There's trailers out there. Everyone said Soldier Boy. It's not even...
Yeah, so he's playing another superhero named Soldier Boy who is supposedly a precursor to Homelander.
Right.
Make sure I'm all silent here so that I'm not vibrating anything. Should we turn that fan off, or is it good, do you think?
I don't
haven't
know.
Even
I
noticed
can't remember what happened last time. We turned it off last time. But...
Yeah, but I think that we were just thinking that we probably should. Last time we didn't have a reason, really. Besides the noise, obviously. But
yeah.
I could also unplug my refrigerator, which is making some noise.
Oh, you're the audio guy. You let me know.
How about we keep the fan on?
Yes.
Because it's hot.
It is hot. If y'all hear the fan...
So you guys might not know, it was fucking, 94 degrees today?
Yeah.
And my air conditioning is struggling on 76.
Just chugging along.
I mean, it's set on 70, I think, but it's like, it is not getting past 76 until well into after midnight these days.
Yeah.
And so we are going through a heat wave here
it's affecting
in East
the power,
Tennessee.
Actually.
Maybe that's what's happening to the lights.
Yeah. Could be. Or it's haunted.
Or my Xbox, because I just found out before we started shooting that my Xbox is broken. But maybe it's just that it's too hot to work. No, I think it's just broken. I'm really sad about that. I'm going to unplug the refrigerator.
All right. What do you even keep in there? Nothing.
Right now, I have your vodka in there, and that's it.
Oh, cool.
So The Boys, what are we on, episode 4 of season 3 now?
I think so.
You're caught up?
Yes.
What do you think so far?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's awesome because, okay, so obviously if y'all know the show, we spoil shit, so whatever.
Right.
I like it a lot.
New. Oh yeah, a good thing you said spoiler.
It is.
Before
I
we
will
started
say,
talking
like,
about
yes,
it.
spoilers.
Jump ahead 45 seconds.
Jump ahead a good bit. Don't even.
Okay.
Don't listen to us because there's no telling how long this is gonna go. Fucking. It's home. Okay. It's probably not super spoilery, but just in case I say anything crazy, you've been warned. I think that Homelander becoming unhinged is awesome. Like, he's so scary. As just like he's just like such a force, and
Yeah.
I'm like just waiting for, like, he's just gonna fucking snap, and it's gonna be wild. I mean, it's just it begins super crazy, like every season has began.
Yeah.
And that beginning, I was like, wow, okay.
The opening scene, I every time I've talked to anyone like at work, there was someone who I was talking to about it who had watched it, and I was just like, that opening scene, huh? And that's all I have to say about it. I was just like, so.
I couldn't spoil that for y'all if I wanted to.
The show is the raunchiest,
It is.
goriest.
It is.
most intense show that I've seen it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
But for a TV show to go that far, it's just not done usually.
I don't feel that it's gratuitous though. Like it's not over the top. They're not doing it they are doing it just for like the sake of doing it. But it illustrates a lot. Like, because if superheroes were real, that's the shit that would be happening.
Yeah.
Like that's the kind of thing that would go down, and
Yeah.
like that's just how life is. So it's very like it's
realistic.
grounded. Yeah.
For it's like Marvel if it was realistic and darker.
Yeah.
It's way darker than DC.
It's
and
like
we thought DC was dark when it was doing their
everyone
cinematic universe.
was so happy with like Deadpool being rated R and Logan being rated R and all this shit being like
Right.
you get to see like, oh my goodness, good like gore and shit. Like this is super rated R and it's like accurate to like what would happen. Like in season 1, fucking A-Train runs through Huey's girl.
It's like one of the opening scenes of season 1.
And I've never stopped thinking about it.
And he's like, oh yeah, I got her molar in my teeth.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
line alone had me shook for
And he was
months.
just like not phased by it. He was just like, yeah, that was gross. It's
Yeah.
like, you ran through a human being.
yeah, but like that's what could happen. He could
Yeah.
just run through somebody. Like they're just built different. It's just it makes just enough sense to where it's like, wow, that is fucking
And
crazy.
then Homelander just be killing people all the time.
Yeah.
Just because.
He's losing it.
Yeah, and he's our version of Superman. You know, he's the guy.
Yeah.
And he's just completely unhinged. It's crazy. I mean, he always has been, but it's really getting worse
and
this
Soldier
season.
Boy apparently is as strong as Homelander.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
He's not.
I'm excited to
today.
see how they go about his character. Is he
Yeah.
a good guy? Is he going to be a
He seemed like
more
a
like Homelander,
douchey
or
party boy.
douchey party boy? But it seems like they might be getting his help. Like they were
Yeah.
trying to find, like he's
The
supposed to be like a
weapon.
weapon,
Yeah.
right? So if he's the weapon, maybe he'll be on our main character side, Billy Butcher and Dennis or Jack Quaid.
No telling.
Yeah.
Because if he's not, they're just gonna start killing people. And
Yeah.
the thing is, like, there's always stakes because you never know who's gonna die. Like, you can, like, I feel safe in thinking like, okay, this is the main cast, like, this is like the core people and everything.
Yeah.
But still, I am scared for them, like, at all times because it's they make death so apparent that like it's like, hey, this can happen to people. This can happen to people over and
Yeah.
over, and I'm like, oh, fuck, is it gonna happen?
Yeah, it's just like it's like The Walking Dead when
Yeah.
you don't anyone can die at any time.
Yeah.
Not like Supernatural where no one will die ever.
No.
But
No.
but yeah.
But
Has anyone has any of the main characters in The Boys died? Have they? And I've forgotten about them? Cuz like Huey, Starlight, Billy Butcher, Frenchie, the girl, I don't remember her name. They're all still there.
Kimiko?
Yeah, Kimiko, she's still there.
Yeah, her brother died. He's
sure.
a thing for a little bit, but like
Yeah.
not like a main character.
Right.
I don't know. It's just a bunch of. I mean, they started off the first season killing like the main cast of superheroes. So like that was plenty for me to be like, oh
right.
shit, they're not afraid to kill people.
Yeah. that was like the that scene in Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Multiverse of Madness, where Wanda just goes and kills the whole fucking
just like whatever
all the
fuck.
superheroes in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like the boys are really good about putting stakes out there. Like it's
Yeah.
like, hey, this is a risk, and like I feel afraid every time for the character. I'm like, oh my god, is he gonna die? Who knows? Like, because you just don't know with it. And like, even though like you got a nice, clean, comfortable cast of main characters, it's still like they have stakes.
Yeah.
It's deadly.
Yeah, I agree. It's very
And the way that they get out of it's never like a MacGuffin or anything. There's never just like, oh, we're out now. Like,
Right.
it's fine. They always had to claw their fucking way out and got like truly lucky, it felt like. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like just written to where like, and this person happens to be there. Like, it's like, oh, fuck yes. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness they were there. Like, I'm happy about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they haven't written themselves into any corners yet. Of course, they're only on season 3. Hopefully I feel like The Boys is the type of show that will know when to stop.
Yeah.
They're not going to go to season 15, I doubt it. You
Yeah,
know? Of course, they're based on a comic book series, so they'll probably follow that. Do you know how closely they followed the comic book series?
Don't know.
Because I haven't read it.
Yeah.
And I don't really know many people who have, but
Yeah,
they'll
it's-
probably go semi-close to that. And also, is it an ongoing series, I wonder? Or is it a finished
I
story?
don't think that it is, but I don't know.
Let's Google that. The
Let's fucking
Boys
fact checked our shit.
comic book run. Number of issues 72.
That's healthy. That's a good size.
Yeah. Issue.
In that
I'm trying to
same
figure out when they came out.
like vein of like, you know, obscure or comic stuff, like Umbrella Academy's coming out soon. The new season of Umbrella Academy.
I never watched the Umbrella Academy.
Justin, you would love the Umbrella Academy.
I think I watched the first episode and I was like, there is a talking ape.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Don't even worry about that.
oh, don't worry about
Don't
it.
even worry about that. It gets way better.
Oh,
There's
okay.
way cooler shit.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I've heard only good things about it.
It's a lot of fun. Now, a lot of people, I think, will compare it to The Boys. It is not The Boys. It's not the same. It's not as nearly as gory. It's
Is it
not
about
as-
superheroes? Is that what it's about?
It is a show. It's a drama that has superheroes in it, I think.
Okay.
Which is different than a superhero movie or like superhero show.
Would you say? I guess so. Would you say that The Boys is a superhero show though, or a drama with superheroes in it?
I think The Boys is more of a like satirical film. Like it's
definitely satire for sure.
Yeah, like it's not, its job isn't to be like, oh, look at the superheroes here. It's like, this is, you know, a comment on how it would be if superheroes were a thing. Like,
because
how corporate it would get.
not to talk about The Boys more instead of the Umbrella Academy, but I really love how they take the political, actual current event issues and incorporate what if superheroes were involved in
Exactly.
like the whole Trump cult, you
Yeah.
know,
And
like they don't use Trump's name, but like you know what they're talking about. It's like the people who love Homelander are the big Trump
They're like,
supporters.
okay, you're Midwestern
Are the people
white
who stormed
males.
the people who stormed the Capitol. They're the ones who love Homelander.
Like, it went up with them, and I was like, oh shit, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's all politics. Yes.
So
Now,
that's like that, but then
Umbrella
the
Academy is a lot more psychological than that.
Okay.
They deal a lot more with different kinds of traumas, I think. They deal a lot more in like, it's fun, it's not super quippy, it's interesting, and it's definitely like, it's wacky. Like, it's a wackier version.
Okay.
Like, because the shenanigans they get up to, like, there are like hardcore real moments, and then there's like just shenanigans. You're like, okay, I guess this is happening now.
Yeah. A drama that has balance.
Yeah, it's really balanced. I like it. I think.
How many seasons of that are there?
2 right now.
2?
I think the
Okay.
third is coming out.
Okay, so I could catch up. That's
Sometime
not
no, it's not that bad.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Is it on? That's a Netflix series.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
will put it on my list for sure.
It's a lot of fun, and I like. I don't know. It's just different. It's a different superhero thing. They don't leave because the powers aren't super pronounced. Like, they have powers,
Are they like X-Men? Are they?
sort
Because
of.
for some reason I've heard people compare it. To
It's
the
kind of
X-Men.
like an X-Men spin-off kind of thing, but like,
because the Academy is like seems like Professor Xavier's. Like,
yes, and that's sort of the thing. Like, and so there's mystery to it. So you don't know where the the leader, where he's from. Like, he's super vague. You don't know like what he knows or what he doesn't know. So like, there's a subplot of like figuring out, okay, where the fuck is this guy from? And each character, they have powers, but it's influenced their life very differently. So for instance, so that they're numbered in the Umbrella Academy. So number 1, he's like, his powers are strength, and so he ends up like, you like fast forward years and years, and he's like big and burly, and like you don't know why, but you're just like, okay, that makes sense, and you find out shit later, like, oh, okay. Number 2, he can only like curve things, like their powers are interesting. Anything he throws, he can control it, like, you know, turn of
His
it.
mind.
Sorta like,
Okay.
it's more, it's set structure more like a reflex.
Okay.
Number 3, which one is that? That one, I believe that's the girl. She can like influence your mind, but she has to say like a certain phrase only. And so like, she'll use that, and like you see later on, she used that in like her adult life, and shit got fucked up because of it. And it's like, oh wow, okay. Number 4 is dead. Not even there.
Oh,
I think
from the beginning he's dead. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Well, sort of. Like, you see him,
Okay.
like, you see that he was there and he has his number, but, like, no one talks about why he died. No one knows what happened. Well, no one talks about
what
it.
happened.
Yeah, so, like, you don't know why, and you're just
Right.
like, okay, what the fuck happened? Like, it's
Yeah.
just always consistently there. It's like, Okay, but what happened to
But
him?
does it reveal it before the end of season 2?
No, it just no. It just and I don't.
Eventually they will, right?
I don't think it even talks about it in the comics. I think that it's just no one talks about what happened to him.
Oh my gosh! Somebody
Actively.
should eventually.
I know, and it's fun. And so number 5, he can teleport. He's gone
fun.
after
Love
a
it.
while. It's super cool. Let me think. I think 6 is the other boy. He speaks to the dead.
Oh, that's
He's super fun.
creepy as fuck.
Now
power.
my number
It's like
may
the
be
Sixth
wrong.
Sense.
My power lineup is legit. His name is, they call him Klaus. Klaus is kind of
Okay.
my favorite. He's super, like, it's great. Like, since he can speak to the dead, he's always been afraid of them. And so he's like masked that with a bunch of shit over the years. And like it's did you like see them as they get
He
older? And they,
compensates
like,
with comedy.
like yeah, like it's fun. So I definitely recommend it. It's a good time. So it's just different, not as in your face, gory, bloody.
Right. Yeah, for some reason, I've not always been a huge fan of gory, like movies like that are just gore for the sake of gore. But for some reason,
Right.
The Boys, I really like.
They
I'm
do
like,
it to show
that's
the stakes.
wild.
Yeah.
No, I know. Yeah.
It's
That's
so
just what's
nice.
different about it than just like
Yeah.
than just gore
For the sake of
for
gore.
the sake of it. It's yeah, they've earned it with their
Right.
stakes, and their writing is amazing.
Yes, because it shows you that like shit can happen,
Yeah.
and it will.
That must be
And
it
it
because I
does.
really like it when shit happens. I'm just like,
Yeah, you're
oh
like,
my god,
oh,
look at
no.
all those guts.
Like it's correct, and you're like,
It's so
holy
much.
shit!
Yeah, you don't see that shit on
Run,
TV.
boys, run! Like it's just like it hits.
Ah.
It's so good, and it makes. And I don't know the actor's name for Homelander, but he his presence is very good.
Yeah.
he does so good. Like his anger is not
Seething, or it is seething.
It's
It's
seething.
less big.
It's
Yeah.
very like tucked down and like tucked away, and like you can feel that like it's bubbling up slowly
because
and
he
they
always
do
has to
really
keep on
good
a
job.
happy smile.
Yeah,
for the cameras.
But
and
he's
the
got the
people.
power to wipe everything. Like
Yeah.
when he starts threatening fucking Starlight, he's like, "Okay, show the video. I don't give a fuck.
like, look
I will
what
take
will
out
happen."
this. I'll take out that. The power grid gone. Everything. Cell towers. No one can do that anymore. I'll just fucking wipe out this whole city." I'm like,
and he can do it too.
and he can.
Yeah.
and it's so scary.
It is very. He's terrifying.
Yeah, and then he's just.
Yeah, that actor's really good.
He's very good at it.
I don't know if I followed him on Instagram. I started looking at his stuff on Instagram, and I was like, wow, it's weird to see him as a regular person.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you still look creepy to me somehow because I know
Yeah.
you as Homelander.
It's-
but you're not acting like Homelander
Yeah.
on these videos.
It's a whole. His presence is beautiful. It's
Yeah.
as he acts, it's immaculate. Everyone does really well. It's a
That's
really,
true. It's very well acted,
really
very
well
well written
acted
show.
Great shots, great edits, great everything.
Obviously, the special
It's
effects are amazing.
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
The whole thing is good. Like their practicals even because I think that first scene is like a bit of that may be practical.
Well, yeah. That's what I'm
On
like
the back
special
end of
effects
it.
versus visual effects.
Yeah.
You're right. So they do. I think most of it practically. It seems like I don't know
Yeah.
that that's true.
Oh yeah.
but
Well,
it
you can't
seems like-
splatter that shit anyway. Like otherwise.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love, and I've seen some behind the scenes footage of Jack Quaid posted them breaking his arm and showed video of it. And it's like, yeah, it's just a fake arm that they got. It looks just like his arm, and he was playing with it and stuff like that, and behind the scenes stuff.
Fucking great.
It's really good.
Yeah. Anyways, we should probably
Watch this movie.
Yeah. What are we watching?
So this is Paranormal Activity 3. Do you know why we're watching Paranormal Activity 3?
Because you hate me.
No. Because I love you, and you need to face your fears,
Ooh.
my child.
I need a book drink.
Yeah, it's our book drink. Let's do that. What do we have in the book drink today, Kordell? You brought the book drink today.
I provide a book drink for my nerves. It is apple Ciroc. Justin's never had it.
Ciroc. We have some Sprite to cut it with.
I think you should try a little. Try a
try a little bit
little
without
baby
it.
shot. It's good. I like the apple Ciroc. I think Ciroc's very good. I never get it often. I'm not super a clear guy, but
It's really good, actually.
right?
Yeah, I mean it's still
vodka.
it's still vodka,
Like-
but it's the best tasting vodka I've ever had.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Yeah,
I was
it is.
at first I was like, I would almost just sip that.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, it's vodka. I'm
still
not
vodka.
gonna do that.
It's still vodka. You might want to add a little more to the book drink. This might.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, get you some. Give me some.
I'm gonna pour Sprite into it.
Book drink. Yeah. I'm sure it's gonna be great with the Sprite.
I'm just gonna put this over here if you need more.
Sure.
The novelty of the book drink can end at the initial pour.
Yeah.
We'll just put it back in the book.
Book drink is great.
All right. So really, we're watching Paranormal Activity 3 because you've mentioned it so many times on the podcast when you talk about the scariest movie you've ever seen. And because we're trying to find the scariest movie ever made, we should probably eventually watch the scariest movie you've ever seen. We've watched mine. Mine was The Strangest before we started this podcast. And here we are to watch yours, Paranormal Activity 3, which is, I believe, a prequel to Paranormal Activity, if I'm not mistaken. I have not actually seen... I think I saw this movie, but I don't remember it at all. It's been a very long time. I just rewatched Paranormal Activity the other day, and I have lots of thoughts on that, which we can discuss after this movie, because I want to compare it to the first one and see if it's any better. Because we all know my thoughts on Paranormal Activity as well. I'm not a fan, but maybe this one will be good. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be scary at least.
I already don't like it. It just turned on. I'm upset.
Here we go.
Hey, found footage.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. It's always been found footage. No music score. It's grounded. It's real. That's what they like to say about it. That's why they do
No
it.
one knows how to hold a fucking camera.
Yeah.
You think the actor's really holding it, or he's just talking behind the camera guy?
I don't think he holds the camera. In Paranormal Activity 1, I read that the director, producer, writer was holding the camera most of the time, not the actor. Except for when there's shots of, like, mirror shots,
Yeah.
then he's holding the camera. So probably the same in this movie, I would say.
It's Grandma.
She said Grandma. I hate
I
that.
think she's like evil or something. I just remember her face and being afraid.
And you made me
I don't know. Maybe she gets possessed.
So cute.
You think she's just evil?
I don't remember. I don't know. I don't like it.
I recognize that guy from somewhere.
Only been here for a few months, but thank you for
I had the cast pulled up a second ago.
your family. I love you, and I love
It's an attractive man.
you so much.
Yes, he is.
Look at that guy. You can invite him anywhere.
Do what?
I said you can invite him anywhere. He can show up.
Hey, Christopher Nicholas Smith.
I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Rip that tooth out, girl.
Ooh, yo, that is a good one.
Did they have to get a kid with a really missing tooth?
Don't push it with your tongue. Let's see.
You know, that kid probably... They only probably shot this scene because that kid was missing a tooth.
You're right.
It's the kind of movie that's, like, not completely scripted, but just, like... Paranormal Activity 1, at least, they wrote it like he would give... The director would give the actors scenarios and, like, let them improv how they would react to those scenarios. So a lot of it is improv.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Toby. She's talking to Toby.
Big day today,
Hey,
right?
you dumb bitch. Toby isn't real.
Yeah, you idiot.
Alright, sorry.
You absolute imbecile. How could you believe it?
The only
Tobias is
movie
real.
that I think I've seen that guy in was good on paper, but I don't really remember him in that movie, I don't think.
Well, how'd he fall down, bro?
I like this house.
That's a nice house.
Yeah, it's got too many kids' toys in it, but it's a nice house.
Too many kids everywhere.
Yeah, if this movie didn't have kids, it would be a really nice house.
If it wasn't infested with children, ugh.
Yeah, the ghosts can stay. The children, oh no, thank you. Why would they need a creepy little door over there?
I've seen a lot of houses with that actually, and I don't know why. I guess to like roofing shit, you got to get in there.
Or just for children's play area? It seems that's what they're using it for. What are we going? Oh yeah,
Oh, get out of there! Don't be in there.
just a little attic.
Why? Why, bro? It's your house. You've seen it already.
Oh my God, it's a little girl.
Hey,
What you doing?
Bitch, you snuck up on me.
Why are you in my room, Dad?
no, how was it? Was it fun?
What's illegal? Oh. See? It's illegal.
It's illegal. They're smoking the devil's lettuce.
They can't do that on camera.
The wacky tobacco.
Scandalous.
The segs. How could they? What's up with scary movies and sex? Just like gotta or like
What? Why they put it in? Why they put him in scary movies?
yeah, they do it all the time.
I think it has to do with the demographic that scary movies are promoted towards, which is teenage boys, and just teenagers in general. So like oh, these like a lot of like people like networks or like production companies are like, oh, the like teenage boys and girls are gonna want to come see this together, and like
Teens, right?
are gonna want to like make out in the theater while this is happening, and stuff like that. So they think horror fans they want to see sex and murder,
Fucking
which I don't know
freaks.
that they're wrong most of the time, but I do appreciate when like a movie doesn't have nudity and like focuses more on story and actually being a good like scare, or something. A good movie, yeah.
It's gonna be fun inside too. It's 3:30 in the morning. You're out of your mind.
You ever camp in the yard as a kid?
Say what?
Did you ever camp in the yard as a kid?
No,
No, why not?
never. We didn't. That wasn't our yard or neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
We didn't camp in the. My parents don't own a tent. We
Oh.
don't have any of that. I don't think we have sleeping bags. If we had sleeping bags when we were really little, and they were hand-me-down sleeping bags that had been chewed up by dogs.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
So have you ever gone camping?
I've been camping before with rich friends. That's
Oh, so not even
or
in a
like-
tent. You're in a rich-ass
Well-
camper.
They had the equipment to camp, and so like they had like a whole like they brought like a big truck and filled up with a bunch of shit. So we had tents and shit like that. So like I dated a girl and we went camping with her family a bunch, but that's it. Like my family didn't do any camping.
I camped out in the yard a lot when I was a kid, and
never
there was a
camped
couple
out in the yard.
times that we were like got scared in the middle of the night and went and built the tent in the living room instead. Like at like 3 a.m. we were like, let's just build the tent in the living room. We did that instead and then went to sleep in the living room because we got scared outside.
We got really good at forts though.
Forts, yeah.
Yeah, them blanket forts, boy.
Oh yeah.
We should do that one boys' night, just a blanket fort.
Absolutely, bring all your blankets. As a kid, you never liked to just play around in the middle of the night while your parents were asleep?
Not if I wanted to live.
Wow, we used to do that all the time, and then when our parents would come in, we would like me and my sisters, all pretend to be asleep.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
tricked
yeah,
them. I'm pretty sure we fooled them every time.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. They were pretty slow.
Definitely worked.
All that conch shoot. No, we were able to do it realistically. Just like a little snore, and then not like an over the top one. I thought I saw a ghost again the other night while I was sleeping, but I think it's just another night terror.
Are you lying to me again?
No, when was I lying to you?
You lied earlier about this being the most haunted movie or some shit.
Yeah, no, that was just a little joke. But this, I've seen people in my room when I like wake up at night twice now. Since I've
People
lived
plural?
Here. Well, I think this was a different person. She looked like a different person this time.
He was a girl the first time though, right?
It was an old woman the first time. This time she had longer black hair and she was perched on top of.
Perched.
Yeah, she was
Justin,
perched.
people don't perch.
I know, that's why I think it was just my eyes. Like when I first woke up, like dreams spilling in. But I don't know if you've actually like been in my room, but there's a dip in the wall where like I set stuff that acts like a table, but it's like just in the wall.
Okay.
Like I don't know what to call it, like a built-in in the wall. And she was, perched there looking at me while I'm in bed trying to sleep. And then I just closed my eyes, blinked a couple times, tried to strain real hard and see through the darkness, and it went away.
Okay.
But the first time it was an old lady with like short white curly hair, like in a nightgown, standing at the foot of my bed, looking at me on like the other side of the room. I think I'm just having some weird dreams.
Okay.
Is she standing under that? Nope, she's sitting right there. It's a little girl. It's Christy. Oh my God, it's nobody. I thought Toby was tall though.
I did too. Tall and
that's-
old like grandma.
That's must not be Toby, or
That's a
the movies.
trick. That sense of yours. Yeah.
Norman's on sabbatical,
honey.
Honey. Wow. William Dafoe, he's
He's
something
great.
else. He's great.
He's great. He's awesome.
Put him in more things, please.
Honestly, Willem, get back out there, dog. Shout out to Willem Dafoe. This podcast that is so successful.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll see this.
I'm sure he will. Thanks, Willem. Thanks for your work.
Oh, wow. Oh, gone again. It does not like Katie.
Where does the room go? Like, how much
How deep
further
is this room?
back does that?
Yeah, because I thought that was a wall.
Maybe it pulls her into the thing. Maybe that's where that is. Like, just...
Oh, for some reason I pictured it on the other side.
Bro, check your corners. What are you doing? Look around the fucking room.
Maybe he
Oh,
is.
one
Maybe
finger.
he's just not putting the camera around.
Yeah, okay.
See, that's what the old lady should have done to him to make him afraid. But they just looked at him. She went,
I mean, I would be very startled if there was like 8 old ladies in a place that I was
Sure, startled. I'd be like, what are you guys doing? Not, and then just silently running back to the door and locking them out. Just that's all he did.
I don't know.
You know? I don't think he would have done that. I don't think he would have gone, and then just run away and locked the door.
What the fuck is he doing? Get up.
Yeah, he really hurt himself. Look, his legs
Dirty.
dirty. Yeah, he's turning it a weird way is all it is.
The fucking grandma's a witch.
He doesn't look hurt. Just get up. There he goes.
I don't think that kills people.
If it broke his back, it might have. I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
Spinal cord? I don't know.
Maybe.
Bent him all the way in half. Although it didn't actually look that bad, but the sound made it worse. I bet the actor could just do that.
Yeah, I bet he could do.
You know? And then they just added a gross sound effect.
Just done. You know, maybe 3 was not the one I was thinking of.
What? After all this time? Are you sure? You said you were with the witch lady.
Yeah, she looks familiar. I think she's in the next one. Or she's in 2 or whatever.
Wow.
Because how did the first one end?
Produced by Jason Blum. The first one ended with Katie killing her boyfriend, and then she dies too somehow. I don't remember how. Because there's multiple endings for Paranormal Activity. There was a theatrical ending and then an extended alternate ending.
Oh.
So either she kills him both times though. So she's either shot by police or she kills herself. I don't remember which one I saw now. But they both die at the end.
I'm remembering shot by police somehow. But then there's also there's one where fucking grandma's in it.
Yeah, don't you remember little kids? Because I don't think there's little kids in many of them.
And she fucking... They go into some kind of weird cave. And grandma's like now weird angled monster. And that one was super intense. This one was not as intense at the very end, but it was I was uncomfortable. I didn't like it. I didn't like that at all.
I don't know. Maybe it was Paranormal Activity 2.
Maybe it was 2. Fuck. I don't want to have to watch another one of these.
I mean, I'd also rather not watch another one of these. These are very boring to me.
Yeah, okay. There's not a lot happening in the very...
Right.
3/4 of it.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's fun to, like, talk over, you know?
Yeah,
and it's
no,
silly. A lot of
super.
it's very silly. But,
Oh, well, I didn't like it.
So what'd you think? What were your favorite parts?
I didn't have any favorite fucking parts.
What were the scariest parts to you?
Honestly, it was just that last half. There was mom fucking takes a nosedive down the fucking thing. I wasn't
Yep.
ready for that. Didn't like
Yep.
that. The old ladies weren't super scary. They were just like old ladies, but just like the uncomfortable silence. I guess I was like, I don't like this, and the like out of the corner of your eye kind of thing that it elicits, and like it. I remember in college we were playing Outlast or something like that, some kind of like scary movie game, and my buddy would like just walk and not look around whenever he was walking on the camera, and it freaked me the fuck out when you don't like check your full surroundings. And so
like when you're playing a video game, it's like,
yeah,
you have to,
like
look
so
around.
whenever the camera's not fucking doing his job and not like being safe and preparing himself and looking around, it stresses me out a lot. I don't like that. That shit's creepy. Like the whole time he's like looking at the little girl, I'm like, dude, look anywhere else, please.
Yeah, we know.
I need to know what else is happening.
If you look somewhere else, then you get the tension and suspense of when he turns back.
Right.
You know?
But
so maybe it's less scary if he doesn't.
Like
maybe
little girl being scary was like it was
scary enough.
Yeah, scary enough. I don't know. I'm gonna see shadows for the rest of the fucking night, I'm sure.
I mean, I'll probably will too, but that's just because I usually see shadows at night apparently nowadays.
You're just fine with it, whatever.
I mean, I'm not fine with it while it's happening, but I don't like get up or run out of my room or anything. I'm just like, oh, that'll go away here in a second.
Like,
and then I'm just like, okay, going back to sleep. And then it finally goes away, and I'm like, okay, now I can go back to sleep. Because I'm very sure that it's just continuing nightmares. But
yeah, it's at least getting a 6 from me.
Oh yeah, so let's see about these.
And that wasn't even the bad one. That was.
Well, we don't even know which the bad one was now, because there's so many Paranormal Activity movies.
There are a lot.
Yeah, we got Paranormal Activity 2, then 4. We got Paranormal Activity the Ghost Dimension, and we have Paranormal Activity the Marked Ones.
That's too many.
That was the Marked One was 2014. The Ghost Dimension was 2015. Paranormal Activity 2 2010. Paranormal Activity 2009.
It's probably 2.
2012 was Paranormal 4.
4's 12. That was a.
I wonder if it has a trailer. If we could watch a trailer for it. Yeah, you want to do that and see if it's the movie?
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna play the number 2 trailer real quick. Hope it's not too scary for you.
I'm sure the trailer's fine.
Maybe.
Sure.
They might put the scariest parts in it. Oh, that's the end of Paranormal Activity 1. She gets thrown into the camera.
Yeah, no, that's not the one then.
That's one of the endings. See, in 2009, you demanded it. A sequel.
Can I pet that dog?
Fun fact, Paranormal Activity, the first one, is believed to be the most profitable film ever made.
Believed by who?
What?
Who believed that that's the most profitable?
Everyone. The general consensus is that it's the most profitable film ever made. Not that it made the most money.
Oh.
But that it made the most money compared to its budget, because it had a $0 budget pretty much. And then it made a lot of money.
Yeah, you can fucking tell.
Yeah, exactly. Cause
I see.
Yeah,
I see. The most profitable, like it. Yeah, because you're not spending like billions
right?
on a
Because you
blockbuster.
didn't. Because you have to. Yeah, because it didn't gain much. It didn't make the most money. But the movies that have $1 billion budget or $1 million budgets, they have to. They didn't make that much profit.
Right, comparatively.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first Paranormal Activity movie it had a really small budget. I don't remember what it was now. I was very surprised when I read that.
Found footage.
Paranormal Activity 2 was a $3 million budget, and it made $177 million. And that's not even as profitable as Paranormal Activity, the first one.
Fuck.
Budget. Paranormal Activity budget, $15,000. That doesn't include marketing costs, which was probably even more than that when they actually was sold and distributed.
Yeah.
But it was made for $15,000, and now box office $193 million after $15,000.
Holy
$15,000 to make the movie,
fuck.
$193.4 million at the box office.
Wow.
And that's how Blumhouse got its name, because they decided we're going to make super micro budget horror films and make a shitload of money, because we're not going to spend any money on our films, and people will go see them anyway because they're horror films.
Fuck.
So Paranormal Activity did very well. People really like it, and they thought it was very scary. So the franchise, it's just not.
You're not.
It's
people.
just not. I'm not people, but I'm not. I can't say that it's.
Hey, money don't lie.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't think that just because it made money doesn't mean it's a good movie. It means people went to see it. Because also there was a bunch of hype. I think the marketing was done really well for Paranormal Activity because people thought that it was real. Mm-hmm. A lot of people. It's kind of like the Blair Witch Project kind of thing.
Like a while back, right?
Came out in 2009, but I remember I was in junior high at that time. I think I was in like 8th grade, something like that.
Yeah.
And people were talking about it, like, oh yeah, those are real people. Katie and Micah or whatever, they're real people.
Yeah,
and
you get that like word of mouth.
Yeah, the word of mouth thing. It's like people are talking about it, like, yeah, that's a real thing that happened, and it's just found footage, like real found footage. And I was like, okay, no. Micah and Katie actually are actors who kept their names.
Yeah.
But they weren't a real couple. You know, they met each other when they auditioned for the film, and they're actors. That everyone in the movie just happened to keep their own names. Maybe that added to the fact that people thought it was a real thing. I don't know, but it did really well, and good for them.
Yeah, good for them.
I do not think that these movies are scary though. So as far as ranking goes, for Paranormal Activity 3, what did you think about Paranormal Activity 2, the trailer? It wasn't really anything.
No,
that trailer was
really
nothing.
anything. It wasn't really
It showed footage from it was like a trailer that was made before they made the movie. Because they showed clips from the first movie, and then they showed a couple clips of a dog.
Yeah.
And it didn't like anything else.
I don't remember a dog.
There was one of them that used, do you remember the Xbox Kinect? When you turn off the lights, you would see all the dots.
Yeah.
There was one of the movies that would use that, and it was like when the ghost was there, you could see it because the dots would stop on it, and you could see it moving around. I don't remember which. I think it was one of the Paranormal Activity movies, though.
That makes sense.
I don't remember which one, though. But it was
that sounds familiar.
Probably one of the newer ones, like 4, when the Xbox Kinect came out, because that was 2012.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So probably when it was popular.
Yeah, fuck that noise. 6.5, easy.
Oh, look, I could have just read it right here. It said the budget was approximately $15,000. Movie earned over $100 million.
That's crazy.
Katie and Micah both played themselves, but as a couple. Oh, he was in Micah Returns in Paranormal Activity 2 and Paranormal Activity The Marked Ones. And he dies at the end of the first one, so those must be prequels as well. So let's see here. Write this out. You think it was the 5th one?
So what? Do I think it was the 5th one?
The Marked Ones, I think, was the 5th one.
Oh.
Is what I was saying. Real Fear score for Paranormal Activity 3.
Really just need like a Google Doc.
You don't like my journaling?
No, the journaling's nice. I'm just saying, like, so that, you know.
It'd be much easier to keep track of. We could put it in an Excel document or something.
Yeah.
Actually, we could put it in a Google Doc and make it public so that anyone at any time could come look at our ranking, our scores. Yeah. Well, I'll look into that. We should do that. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, we figure something out.
But for now, we'll just write it down right here. K, J, and the Real Fear score. Did you say your score, or do you want me to do it first?
What's yours? I'm
thinking about it.
Pretty well. I don't know.
Okay.
Sold on it.
I decided when the finale was happening what my score was.
Yeah, you're looking at it like.
I was like, okay, we got maybe 2 minutes left, and I'm still not scared. So I'm gonna give it a 4, and I'm only giving it that high because of I think I gave Krampus when we watched that for Christmas.
Okay.
I think that one I gave also a 4.
That makes sense.
And it was scarier than this movie to me. It had more scary parts.
No, fuck it.
Better
joke.
Better jump scares. Yeah, so was this movie to me. I'm sorry, but it had better jump scares. This had 2 good jump scares. One was the daughter at the very beginning, where he just turns the camera. She's standing there, she's like, "Hey."
Yeah.
The scariest parts to me were before the scary stuff started happening. Because the second jump scare was when she jumps out of the closet in the mask.
Yeah.
And that got me. So I'm gonna give it a 4 for those 2 fun scares.
Okay. Yeah, I think my level of stress gradually grew, and I was surprised more than anything. I mean, it was like a oh, okay, wow, as opposed to like scary. But still, I was stressed there at the end, and that's how my fear kicks in. It just is a gradual. I just get real stressed.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh no, I don't like this at all.
It's paranormal. It's ghosts. It's, It's really grounded and more realistic than other horror movies. So it gears towards you. This movie was made to scare you.
Yeah, it was. I'm giving it. I'm torn between a 6 and a 7, honestly.
You just go for the higher. Sounds like, you know.
I don't want to. Yeah, I guess I don't want to do a half. I'll do 7. I'll say a 7.
Okay.
I'm sure the other one's gonna be scary though. No, I'm gonna do 6.5. Fuck it.
Okay, 6.
I'm gonna do the half score. I don't care. Because whichever one I saw before, whichever one I'm thinking of, is definitely scarier than that one. That one was still pretty stressful.
All right, well,
And like had a monster,
I guess
like
we'll have to figure it out. The
a
second
good
one, maybe.
monster come up on screen. Just I was like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, that's true. And we didn't have any monsters in this
No,
one.
yeah.
We didn't even have a bad guy. We didn't even see a ghost, except for like a
That's
couple.
the thing.
Yeah. So what's
can't see
scary
it.
about it?
Like, it's that you can't see it, right? So
Okay.
What's that one movie? Like Bird Box or whatever, right? Like it wasn't like super like scary, but like the whole idea is that you can't see what it is,
Right.
and that unknown is scary.
True. In Bird Box, though, the bad guys were other people because when you see it, you go crazy and try to
Yeah,
kill people.
no. I mean, like but like ideally, that's the thing is like you can't see what it is because that Bird Box let us see what it is. It went way like not that Bird Box was scary, but like that's the thrill of it is that you don't
Right.
know what's actually out there.
I like Bird Box a lot. I don't think it's very scary either.
I don't think it's scary.
I do think it's scarier than this movie. Maybe we should rank Bird Box. No, we've both seen it already, but
Yeah, sure.
it's we could probably just rank it without watching it.
I honestly, yeah, Bird Box is like I give that one a 4.3, something like that. Bird
I'd
Box
probably
is
give
not
it like
very scary to me.
a 5.
Okay.
Or 5.5 maybe. I'd give it a half
5.5?
score. Yeah,
It's not bad.
for Bird Box.
Just because like I just can't get down with the like. I get it, like the whole like existential, like oh no, everything's ending. Don't look. Just don't look. Fine, but like
Fine.
I can't get past how goofy it is in how successful the characters are at shit. I'm like,
how
you're
successful they are. Well, blind people do stuff all the time.
swim in rapids successfully? Those children have never been in water, and yet, at the very end, they're just wading, chilling,
I
right
don't
up
know,
to the edge, good to
Maybe
go.
she taught them how to swim.
How?
You know, in the river that they live next to.
That they've never seen.
Well, they've never seen it, but you can learn how to swim without seeing it.
I guess, like, yeah, you
It's like
can,
I could
but-
swim blindfolded. It's not. You don't need to see the water to swim in it.
No, you don't. But you have to understand like up from down pretty well, and I just don't feel like those kids would have been able to do that naturally. I don't know. You can throw a baby in water and they swim sometimes.
Yeah, it's like an instinct thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to test that
But
kind
not
of
in
thing without
rapids.
just blindfolding some children and like, for their whole lives. I guess we won't really. Hard to say for sure.
I mean, people may not agree, but we could.
Yeah, it may be immoral and wrong,
It may be,
but we just got to get some children and
That's easy.
yeah, right. It's nobody's business.
Kids are dumb. They'll just show
They'll
up.
be like, sure, blindfold me and throw me in the river.
Okay.
Sounds great. It's like, but we also have to blindfold you for months so that you haven't seen anything in a long, or you haven't seen outside at least, because they're not
Bet you
blindfolded the whole
can't.
time. They're like, they can open their eyes inside.
And they'll be like, yes, I can.
Okay, so Paranormal Activity 3, the real fear score is 5.25.
Okay. Where's that land us? See, this is where the Excel sheet would be really helpful. You can just pop up.
Yeah, I could just be like, hey, look at it, here it is, and we could rearrange it based on the ranking on Excel. I'll put it in Excel. Well, it beats Malignant, and it beat Krampus, obviously, which was a 2. Malignant was a 4.5. It beat The Exorcist. It beat The Babadook. It got the same. No, it beat Hereditary even.
Oh, they're not gonna like that.
It's fine. I mean,
But Hereditary
I
wasn't a scary
wasn't like.
movie.
Well, I never even said that it was a really scary movie. That's why it's ranked that low. Because I think me and you were the only ones who watched that movie. We didn't have a guest to change our scores.
Right.
I did rank it higher than a 5 though, and I think you ranked it lower. Is how that happened. But it did not beat. So that's all that it beat. Paranormal Activity falls in between Hereditary and Grave Encounters. Grave Encounters got a 5.6, so a little bit more. Which is
Gabe.
because Gabe was there.
Gabe,
Yeah, because he thought it
that
was
one
scary.
was not that scary.
Because
That's
Grave
Gabe.
Encounters was not. This was. I don't know.
I'm not.
What did I rank? I don't know if this one was scarier than Grave Encounters for me or not.
Probably
if I
not.
could find it, I could see what I ranked it. But I don't. But if we had an Excel sheet,
Probably
I guess
not. I think that you ranked Grave Encounters less than
Probably
this.
like a. What did I rank this one? I ranked this one a 4. I think I probably ranked Grave Encounters the same thing, maybe.
We might have. You're just being nice though.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to give Gabe's movie that he picked
Being nice
any
to
lower
Gabe.
than a 4.
Yeah, I didn't like
that
it.
would just be rude. So yeah, but I think that's a good place for Paranormal Activity.
I think that's fine.
It's like right smack dab in the middle of all the movies that we've watched so far.
Yeah. What's our top one still?
Our top one is still currently Oculus, which was at a 7.75, which I'm very happy with because you know how much I love Oculus.
I think that's
very scary.
I think that's
fair.
fair.
I love that. I think that's fair. That's
Oculus
what we like to
was
say.
Very problematic,
Yeah.
and I didn't like it either. So
Our top 5 are still Oculus, Terrifier, Sinister, The Strangers, and then Hush. Surprisingly, Hush I think is well, compared to the other movies that we've watched so far.
Hush kind of stands out, but we had 2 guests that time. So.
Yes, we did. So we had more of a I forget words when I'm trying to talk. You know, we had more of a
Just more people bringing down the average.
exactly. There's a word.
Larger
for it.
sample size.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way to put it. We had a larger sample size, and so it was easier for it to get too high if someone thought it was really scary. Probably Hallie.
Yeah. See,
She's
look,
a deaf girl who cannot hear.
if
that's what that episode was all about.
it's such a good one. If anybody disagrees with our score, come watch a movie with us then.
Yeah, come watch a movie with us. Reach out on you can find us on Instagram.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook. Gonna work on maybe some potential future social medias and an Excel spreadsheet.
Get some TikToks out there.
Maybe we'll start getting some TikToks to you.
I think that'll be fun.
And yeah, so until next time,
Yeah, be afraid.
be very afraid. Real Fear is a Moonlight Media production, available on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen, as well as the Moonlight Media YouTube channel.